I'm here to take you through a case study of a property management digital transformation, which is the subject of today's whole session. We had a client called IREC Holding, we still do. They are based out of Abu Dhabi. They've got in excess of 50,000 units across both strata management and property management. And 2 years ago, they were facing a situation where most of their customer experience and also internal processes were manual. As the earlier presenter said, Word and Excel. There was a little bit online, but nowhere near where they wanted to be. And the vision of their CEO was, I want everything digital, everything on mobile, etc. So as part of that current state at the time, there was a lot of need for people visiting offices. There was about 20,000 incoming calls per month into the call center, and overall, far from being digital. So the objective of working with them in transforming their PM system was, first of all, as phase one, to improve the customer experience, and then as phase two, to really look at the end-to-end leasing processes, leasing management. At the same time, we have been building a cloud-based SaaS platform called Propeasy. So it's got 5 different modules, and for this project, we deployed the community module and the property management module, which I'll show you the details about that in the next slides. But apart from that, the Propeasy platform has security, workplace, and a facilities management module. The whole goal was to achieve this kind of equation. In phase one, we wanted to deploy a CRM system that takes care of all customer master data, unit master data, customer requests, and the SLAs that go with that. We also wanted to manage all community operations. So from your transactions, such as move-in permits, move-out permits, various kinds of NOCs, through to amenity booking, bill payments, such as chilled water, and to bundle that in with a mobile app. So once that was done, the plan was to roll out phase two, Property Manager, which is the end-to-end leasing module. And so through Propeasy, that's how we wanted to do the digital transformation of the property management function. So the initial brief and design was that on the business end of things, people would stay with work through a web app, whereas the customers were all to go onto mobile. And we weren't sure how that's going to turn out, but that was the direction, and that's what we ended up doing. Property management, vendors, and even the contact center, which is managed by a third party, sitting remotely, everybody would log into one system, and then the client from the Android and iOS apps would also be obviously feeding through that same system. So if you think about a property manager with 100 cases a week, they would all fall into the same queue. It took us about a year, but we delivered the following functionalities. The CRM system, which is essentially not so much on the new business lead management, but the customer service component. We did billing and payments, community operations, and communication hub. And basically what that is on the CRM side, we're talking about managing customer requests, SLAs, escalations, the reports around that. I've got some samples to show you. We're able to have live reporting on Power BI on a community level, on a zone level within a city, country, etc. And we also all of a sudden have automated customer feedback based on every case resolution. On the community operations side, we have worked on, and I think this is a big customer experience enhancement, in really not building a transactional app like Diwa, where you go to either apply for a move-out or pay a bill, but really a reason to come back every day, which would be the actual news or social media style feed. The marketplace, where community vendors could put up some offers. A do business style classified section where you can put up your kid's bike for sale, and common documents available for download, and events that you can publish, like UAE National Day, please come and attend, and track attendance. On the billing and payments, we we have made something called Quick Pay, where people can actually, similar to how you can pay a bill for due, etisalat, or diwa without necessarily logging in. If you forget your username and password, you can run your account number, mobile number, or email, pull out your balance, make a payment, which turned out to be very successful. Some of the dashboards, I know it's always nicer to look at pictures, but basically some of the dashboards that we have both in-house in the system about customer service cases, that was one of the big things that we learned, is that all of a sudden, by looking at the same data before dashboards, you're learning so much more now in terms of trends, which projects have areas for improvement, what those subcategories are. So if we found out, for example, that the refund of the security deposit was definitely the biggest point of friction with the lowest customer happiness scores. Colliers is the actual client under IREC Holding. All of a sudden we could see geographic distribution of cases, we could see the resolution time by project, which projects were performing below, above performance. So what are the results that we saw? We saw pretty quick uptake. It wasn't like I dreamed. I thought whenever we flipped on the switch, everybody will magically just go in the mobile app and interact with their community, and it took way more time than that. So, but at least now we've got about 20,000 apartments and villas on the platform, about over 10,000 user sessions every month. We've handled a lot of customer cases, in excess of 35,000, and we're doing about 500 payments a month. And all that means, especially on the payment side, every payment that's done on the app has 0 touch points with finance. So obviously that's hitting your efficiency goals. And finance, I think through this project, I didn't put it up here, but a very impressive figure is that we've been able to reduce non-digital payments from, I think, 65% of all payments down to low single digits. 6-7% of all payments are now offline. Everything else is online. Online means no touch with finance. It means automated receipting, automated posting, etc. So when you're doing about 8 to 10,000 payments a month, that's a huge efficiency for finance departments. It also means on the customer side that you're no longer waiting for a couple of weeks to get your receipt after you do a bank transfer, but you get an immediate receipt and an updated statement of account. The last slide, 4 things we learned. We learned that with transparency, once you have the data, once everything is measured, including response and resolution times, you have much better control over your service. All of a sudden, managers have tools, and site-based staff can't really hide anymore in unread emails, etc. Secondly, we saw how much automation leads to efficiency for property managers, and all of a sudden, through the efficiency, they can handle bigger portfolios with not having to scale up their teams in a 1-to-1 ratio. Third, the data to drive decision-making. We're seeing that, for example, through the data, security deposit refunds, big problem. We're seeing other problems that all of a sudden, you know exactly where to focus your improvement efforts. And finally, big point of learning for me is mobile apps are good, but you can't ignore the web interface. Still, there's a lot of customers, and in our case, most of our payments are actually not made through the mobile app. Customers are preferring to use the web interface to make a quick payment without logging in.